Okay, now you're welcome back. It's time to get into our discussions this morning. Ahmadiyya area of Lagos was at a standstill on Tuesday after residents discovered what they described as a suspected ritualist den.
Jokeli Jadu reports that we warn that some images may be disturbing in this report.
Confusion reigned in Ahmadiyya area of Lagos after a Loma cleaner alleged that she heard a cry for help emanating from an underground tunnel around Ajala bus stop. The cleaner allegedly sought help from passerbys and youths in the area, leading to the apprehension of a suspected kidnapper. The mob lynched the suspect before officials of the Nigerian army and the police got to the scene.
We
saw a Loma cleaner sweeping. She told us that some people were crying for help on the ground. When we got here, we turned on torchlights. We saw two people sitting down underground. We threw stones at them, but they did not come out. They stoned us back. We then decided to buy petrol and list the place. When the fire started burning, one of them ran through the other side. We caught him. He was holding a charm. He swallowed it. He said he cannot confess, that we should kill him if we want, and people said they should just kill him. The police wanted to take him, but the people refused, so they burnt him.
Shortly afterwards, pandemonium broke out when another man was spotted coming out from another side of the tunnel. The already angry crowd didn't spare the wanderer as they broke bottles and attempted to kill the suspected kidnapper. This time, the security officials, shooting sporadically, rescued the suspect. The security officials, while investigating the allegations, traced the tunnel to an abandoned building, but no incriminating evidence was found in the house. The mob, determined to get justice, ransacked homes in the area and challenged security officials to enter into the tunnel. All efforts to get the security officials to explore the tunnel to see if abducted people were kept on the ground proved abortive, so the people resorted to self-help. When TVC News moved through the tunnel, not much was seen as it led to a drainage. The mob who waited patiently at the other end spotted another man jumping out and caught him. This time, even the police were not spared. While it's still unclear what kind of nefarious activity goes on here, residents of this area want government and security agencies to look through this tunnel and find out if more victims are kept in this place.
Please help us beg government. They should help us. Our children attend government schools. They move through this place. Even we the parents, we get stuck in traffic and get home late. At times, I get home at 12 midnight. Government should please put policemen here. They are still around. They are still in the tunnel.
They say some of them are still in our midst. So please, government should come and check this place.
Residents are apprehensive and want security agencies to investigate the puzzle that may be the answer to the number of people who have been declared missing in the area.
What a crowd.
What a crowd.
Very angry one at that.
All right, we have a senior TVC News senior reporter, Jokeli Jadu, who covered the event, who was there that day. She's here with us right now. Joke, it's good to see you.
Good morning.
Joke, I know you're here, seated here, but I was so scared for you just watching that report.
Yeah, because getting into the crowd and capturing all of those. Now, but tell us, how did they really discover that there was a tunnel under there? What led to what? Give us a fresh,
well, from what I gathered when I got on ground there, it was a Loma cleaner was sweeping just across the road, and she reportedly heard sounds, a woman's voice saying, "Help me, help me," and the sound was coming from underground. So in her own wisdom, she thought, okay, maybe whatever may be happening, let me try and get the attention of people so that they could rescue whoever it was that was, buried under the ground. So she, of course, went to the road and tried to call people and all that. And then they came to, it looked like a tunnel, and tried to see whether there was any activity, going on there by trying to stone, and then as the guys said, as they were trying to stone, someone was returning the stone, you understand, and back and forth like that. And then they thought, okay, how do we get this person out of that place? So they decided, let's get petrol and try to smoke this person out. So they went to get petrol, and then they lit some fire. And of course, the person, so the person had to come out through another end. Of course, by that time, a lot of people had gathered. And by the time the person came out through another end, they nabbed him.
You know, the danger of mob action, people lose all their senses, and that's what we have seen here.
I agree. Yeah.
Isn't there a possibility that these people could have been homeless Nigerians who just found, you know, the canal or the tunnel a safe place where they could actually live?
There's a very strong possibility that those people were homeless. There's a very strong possibility that they were mad. You understand? As in, maybe, you know, partially insane and all that. Because I spoke to the guy that was burnt to death before he was burnt to death. In fact, by the time I spoke to him, he had been burnt.
Oh my.
You understand? And then I tried to ask him questions. What are you doing here? He said, Mowari Alpha, as I came to see Alpha. You understand? As in, like, you know, of course, it was in so much pain, so it was like, they should just kill me.
Oh my.
You understand? As in, but then, you know, it's difficult to know who is innocent or who's
and
guilty.
who is not. And of course, the policemen.
The process to which questions and investigations would have been carried out, there wasn't that opportunity because they had to burn them to death, and they all died.
Yeah, and that's what I find very, you know, puzzling. If we have to get to the bottom of issues like this, the police would have to investigate, and for them to investigate, they would need witnesses. They would need, you know, suspects.
Yeah.
Now, when we decide to burn this suspect or to kill them, that means that, you know, the puzzle will not end. You know, we can't find a solution, and so people need to begin to understand that, you know, we will not find whoever are, you know, the sponsors or who are this ritualists if we decide to take, because the people were so angry. They even got very violent with officials of the Nigerian army, officials of the Nigerian police who were trying to, you know, save the, you know, suspects, and they were really mad.
But it's amazing how the police was not able to actually stop this lynching from going on. But of course, it does tell you how totally uncontrollable a mob action is. Now, this woman that was said to have cried out for help inside the canal, what do we really know about her? Was there any such woman? Because some of the reports we've been getting, including reports that we've gotten from you, there seems to be no lead to this woman.
You know, the funny thing is, the Loma woman who apparently heard the sound,
distress call,
couldn't be found by even the police. You understand? So it's just a case of, so who heard the voice? But one of the guys I spoke to apparently spoke to the Loma woman, because when she came to call for help, there were some of the people that followed her there to, you know, find out if there was anybody on that, you know, on that underground, really. But, you know, these people didn't have evidence, concrete evidence to say, okay, yes, or we found maybe human skull in their hands or anything incriminating underground. You understand? But, you know, lives were lost.
But you went underground.
Yes, I did.
Did you see personal belongings, things like that? None whatsoever.
Like
okay. Now, but where the tunnel led to, there are residences, there are homes around it. Did you speak to any of the members, those living there, whether they noticed anything unusual around the tunnel?
Well, I did, and then most of them who spoke to me off camera said they never noticed anything like that. Not even sounds. Of course, the place is always a bit lonely at night when it's late. But that's like the only thing they had to say. Of course, you know, they were scared too, because the mob was already ransacking people's homes to see if, you know, they were trying to harbor any of those suspected criminals. So, you know, it was a case of they were scared themselves not to want to, you know, get involved. But from what I gathered on ground, they didn't even suspect anything like that could be going on there. And if you notice, yesterday another place was, you know, found in Ikeja. You know, this time it was supposed to be like a place where a madman was supposed to be staying, and of course they found maybe clothes belonging to people, shoes, and I had some human parts in
nylons or bags.
In sachets. As in, so, you know, it's becoming increasingly worrying, you know, for us to be seeing these trends.
And that's the more reason why we can really not afford to have this jungle justice. Like you said, we need leads to know exactly who are the people buying this
Exactly.
you know, human parts. It's mind-boggling to even say it on television that our society has come to this point where I wonder what is really feeding this idea, you know, that human, you know, rituals and all of that are the only way to success.
Exactly.
Movies are not helping us and all of that.
Exactly, yeah.
Well, it's just doing all that through the back door, people
Yeah.
trying to be successful and so on. And,
It's really sad.
and all of that. Now, but, well, Joke, we have so many questions to ask here, but time is not on our side. But we must leave it here for now, I must say. But thank you very much, Joke, for all that. We'll keep it up. I know you're following up on developments of that
yes.
story. We'll keep it up to get more as we get along. Thank you very much. We've been talking
Thank you.
with our senior reporter, Jokeli Jadu. He was on ground to follow up all the mysterious, let's say,
Yes,
tunnels that were
it remains
discovered.
a mystery, really. It remains a mystery.